Granting excessive power to others, especially to those who believe they are always right, can be exhausting and counterproductive. Whether in the workplace, among friends, or even in family discussions, these situations can test our patience and communication skills. Therefore, this video is an essential guide for those seeking to maintain emotional control and authority in challenging situations. Here, you will discover why it is crucial not to let others' opinions dominate your reactions and decisions, ensuring that your voice is heard without being overshadowed by others' inflexible certainty. According to Stoic philosophers, rather than engaging in conflicts or trying to change someone's opinion at all costs, focusing on maintaining your own integrity and tranquility proves to be a more effective and healthier strategy. Thus, you should learn to strengthen your stance in dialogues, protecting your mental well-being and promoting more balanced interactions. In this video, we will explore 13 practical and intelligent strategies to maintain balance and assertiveness without relinquishing control. Learn how to turn potential confrontations into constructive dialogues, and how, by not giving unnecessary power to others, you can reinforce your own position and maintain more productive relationships. If you are ready to transform the way you interact with the know-it-alls in your life, this content provides the necessary tools. Be strong and watch until the end, as all the items are important. Before we start, please remember to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps us a lot and costs you nothing. Let's go. Number 1. Focus on facts. Focusing on facts when dealing with people who always think they are right is a practical and effective approach, echoing principles of Stoicism. Stoics value objectivity and reason as foundations for understanding and responding to the world, suggesting that we should rely on evidence and tangible realities rather than being swayed by emotions and subjective opinions. By applying this principle in everyday interactions, especially with those who are stubborn or dogmatic, you arm yourself with a powerful tool. Presenting verifiable facts and concrete data in a discussion can help anchor the conversation in reality and reduce the likelihood of it veering into pure emotion or unfounded stubbornness. Moreover, by focusing on facts, you demonstrate a rational and well-informed approach, characteristics appreciated and promoted by Stoicism. This methodology not only enhances your credibility and the strength of your arguments, but also imposes natural limits on those who try to dominate discussions with their personal opinions, ensuring the dialogue remains productive and grounded. Therefore, by adopting this approach, you are practicing the Stoic virtue of rational discipline, protecting yourself from the excessive influence of others, and staying true to the pursuit of objective truth, a key to personal serenity and effectiveness. Number 2. Avoid direct confrontations. Avoiding direct confrontations with people who always think they are right is a smart tactic to maintain harmony and effectiveness in interactions. This approach suggests a gentler and less aggressive form of communication, where instead of directly challenging others' opinions, you introduce alternatives in a subtle and constructive manner. This technique involves presenting different perspectives or solutions in a way that the other person can consider without feeling attacked or challenged. This not only keeps the conversation open and collaborative, but also allows the other person to reflect on other opinions without the pressure of immediately defending their point of view. By offering alternatives subtly, you create space for everyone involved in the discussion to reassess their positions without having to expose themselves. This is especially valuable in professional environments or delicate social situations, where maintaining positive relationships is crucial. This strategy not only helps avoid unnecessary confrontations, which often only solidify someone's resistance to changing their opinion, but also promotes an environment of mutual respect and understanding. By adopting this approach, you demonstrate maturity, negotiation skills, and consideration for others' feelings and opinions, facilitating a more productive and less confrontational dialogue. Number 3. Use humor. This is an effective strategy for dealing with people who tend to think they are always right. Integrating a light dose of humor into conversations can help ease tension, create a more relaxed environment, and make the interaction more enjoyable for everyone involved. Humor has the power to break down barriers and reduce resistance, allowing people to see situations from a different perspective. When opting for a humorous approach, it is crucial to ensure that the humor is appropriate and not offensive. The goal is to relieve tension, not to create more conflict. For example, making a light joke about the situation can help to downplay the seriousness of the debate, showing that despite disagreements, it is possible to maintain a friendly atmosphere. Well-placed and intelligent humor can also temporarily disarm the defensive stance of someone who insists on being right, opening up space for new ideas to be considered. Additionally, laughing together can strengthen interpersonal relationships, facilitating a connection that transcends differences of opinion. Therefore, incorporating humor into discussions with people who have difficulty accepting other perspectives not only makes communication lighter, but also potentially more productive. With everyone feeling more at ease, the chances of reaching mutual understanding, or at least maintaining an open and continuous dialogue, increase significantly. Number 4. Stay calm. Staying calm is important when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. Reacting emotionally can intensify the conflict and make resolving disagreements more difficult. Calmness allows you to approach the situation rationally and objectively, preventing the discussion from escalating into an unnecessary confrontation. When you remain calm and composed, you also set a tone of interaction that can encourage the other person to calm down and possibly be more open to dialogue. Additionally, by not reacting emotionally, you protect yourself from potential provocations and keep the focus on the issue at hand rather than being drawn into a heated and unproductive debate. Practices such as deep breathing, conscious pauses during the conversation, and using relaxed body language can help maintain calmness. These techniques not only help control your own emotions, but also model behavior that can positively influence the dynamic of the conversation. Number 5. Set boundaries. Setting clear boundaries is essential when dealing with people who frequently think they are always right, a practice that aligns well with the principles of Stoicism. Stoics value self-control and autonomy, encouraging each individual to understand and respect their own emotional and rational limits. By defining clear boundaries in a conversation, you communicate how far you are willing to go and what you are not willing to tolerate. This can involve explicitly stating that certain topics are non-negotiable or that the conversation must remain respectful and constructive to continue. For example, you can assert that you will not participate in a discussion if it becomes disrespectful or overly emotional. The Stoic practice of focusing on what is within your control applies here. You cannot control others' opinions or behaviors, but you can decide how to respond to them. By establishing and maintaining firm boundaries, you protect your inner peace and dignity, regardless of the attitudes or arguments presented by the other person. Moreover, by maintaining these boundaries, you not only preserve your own emotional stability, but also teach others how you wish to be treated, which can help shape their behavior in future interactions. Setting boundaries is, therefore, a way of reinforcing your position without yielding to the power that someone else may try to exert over you, reflecting the Stoic wisdom of knowing and defending your own value. Number 6. Use questions. This is an effective technique for dealing with people who tend to think they are always right. This method encourages reflection and can lead the person to consider alternative viewpoints without feeling attacked or defensive. By asking careful and well-placed questions, you can subtly challenge the other person's assumptions and arguments without direct confrontation. For example, if someone categorically asserts something you disagree with, instead of contradicting them directly, you could ask, "How did you come to that conclusion?" Or, "Can you show me where you found that information?" These questions not only show interest in the other person's perspective, but also encourage them to explain their thinking more thoroughly, which may reveal flaws or oversimplifications in their reasoning. Additionally, asking about the experiences that led the person to form such an opinion, like, "Did you have an experience that made you think this way?" can open space for a more empathetic and less confrontational exchange of experiences. These questions help create an environment of dialogue and mutual understanding, where everyone involved is encouraged to share and reflect, rather than just blindly defending their own views. Therefore, the strategic use of questions not only facilitates more effective communication, but also promotes an environment of respect and openness to learning. This can be particularly useful in situations where emotions and pride could easily escalate into more heated arguments, helping to keep the conversation constructive and focused on conflict resolution or mutual understanding. Number 7. Disagree politely. Disagreeing politely is a crucial skill when dealing with people who frequently think they are always right. This respectful approach allows you to express your opinion clearly and assertively without invalidating or minimizing the other person's perspective. By doing so, you not only maintain the integrity of the discussion, but also encourage an environment of mutual respect and understanding. To disagree politely, it is important to choose your words carefully and focus on expressing your point of view without confronting or antagonizing. This shows that you are listening and considering what was said, even if you do not fully agree. Another aspect is to avoid language that suggests judgment or direct criticism. Instead of saying, "That's wrong," you could say, "That makes me think that perhaps there's another possibility." Such language not only reduces defensiveness, but also opens the door to a more open and less combative discussion. Additionally, using evidence or examples to support your position can help strengthen your argument respectfully. This demonstrates that your opinion is well thought out and based on valid reasons, rather than just a contrary reaction. Disagreeing politely is not just about maintaining courtesy, but also about preserving productive dialogue and the exchange of ideas. This tactic not only helps maintain peace in potentially tense interactions, but also models a form of communication that values the diversity of thoughts and opinions. By practicing this skill, you contribute to an environment where everyone feels heard and respected, promoting healthier and more collaborative relationships. Number 8. Shift to neutral ground. Changing the focus of the conversation to less controversial topics can be an effective strategy when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. This method, known as shifting to neutral ground, helps to reduce tension and avoid unnecessary conflicts, providing a break from more heated discussions or points of disagreement. When you notice that the conversation is becoming too polarized or tense, introducing a neutral topic can calm the atmosphere and re-establish a more friendly and cooperative environment. For example, if a discussion about workplace policies is becoming contentious, you could gently shift the subject to future company plans or upcoming events, something that does not generate deep divisions. This technique is especially useful when you recognize that a resolution will not be reached immediately, or that strong opinions may lead to a stalemate. Discussing lighter and less personal topics can be a way to keep the conversation flowing positively without necessarily having to concede your own principles or ideas. Number 9. reinforce mutual respect. This is essential in any interaction, especially when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. By reminding everyone involved of the importance of respecting differences, you establish a foundation for healthy and constructive dialogue, minimizing the potential for conflicts and misunderstandings. This principle can be applied during conversations by emphasizing that, although there may be disagreement, each person has the right to express their opinions safely and be heard with consideration. This not only promotes a more welcoming and inclusive environment, but also discourages behaviors such as interruptions, belittling, or disdain for contrary ideas. For example, in a work meeting or family discussion, when tempers begin to flare, it is helpful to pause and remind everyone present that despite differences of opinion, everyone should strive to maintain a respectful dialogue. You could say something like, "Let's remember to listen to each other with respect. It's important that everyone feels their perspectives are valued here." Additionally, by modeling this behavior, you demonstrate leadership and set a standard for others to follow. Showing respect for others' opinions, even when you disagree with them, encourages others to do the same, creating a positive cycle of effective and respectful communication. Number 10. Be patient. Patience is a virtue valued in many philosophies, including Stoicism, which teaches the importance of controlling our reactions and accepting that we cannot change others, only ourselves. In the context of dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right, patience plays a crucial role. Recognizing that some people may need more time to absorb and consider alternative viewpoints is an exercise in patience and understanding. Stoicism suggests that we should view these situations as opportunities to practice tolerance and self-control rather than sources of frustration. For example, when presenting a different perspective to someone who is stubborn or fixed in their opinions, it is helpful to remember that changing one's mind rarely happens instantly. Instead of pressing for immediate acceptance or showing irritation, maintain a calm and consistent approach, offer information respectfully, and be open to continuing the discussion later, giving the other person time to process what was said. Being patient also means recognizing and accepting your own limits and influencing another person's thinking. Stoics believe that we should focus our energy on areas of our lives over which we have control. This includes how we choose to react to others' intransigence. Therefore, rather than becoming frustrated or emotionally drained trying to change someone, focus on maintaining your own serenity and integrity. Thus, by practicing patience, you not only maintain your inner peace as proposed by Stoicism, but also create a more conducive environment for constructive and potentially transformative dialogues, respecting everyone's time to reflect and possibly accept new ideas. Number 11. Listen actively. Active listening is an important skill for effectively dealing with people who always think they are right. By practicing active listening, you demonstrate respect for others' opinions, even when you disagree with them. This involves giving your full attention to what the other person is saying without interrupting and making a conscious effort to truly understand their perspective. To listen actively without compromising your own opinions, it is important to adopt an attitude of openness and curiosity. This can be done through techniques such as paraphrasing what the person said to ensure you understood correctly, and asking clarifying questions that help deepen your understanding of their point of view. By doing so, you not only confirm that you are engaged in the conversation, but also encourage the person to reflect on their own position, possibly leading them to consider other perspectives. Additionally, maintaining calmness and objectivity during the conversation can help prevent the discussion from becoming an emotional confrontation. By listening actively, you are creating an environment of dialogue where both sides feel their voices are heard and valued. This is especially important when dealing with someone who may not be accustomed to having their opinions questioned. Active listening Therefore, does not mean giving up your own ideas, but creating a bridge of mutual understanding that can lead to more productive discussions and greater respect between the parties involved. Number 12, accept differences. Accepting differences of opinion is a fundamental aspect of maintaining healthy relationships, especially when dealing with people who frequently believe they are always right. Recognizing that it is normal and even healthy to have divergent points of view can diffuse many potentially conflictual situations and preserve harmony in interaction. To effectively deal with someone who always thinks they are right, it is important to adopt a stance of respect for the diversity of thoughts and experiences. This involves understanding that differences do not need to be a point of contention, but can be an opportunity to enrich discussions and learn from each other. When you accept that people have the right to their own opinions, based on their unique experiences and knowledge, you create an environment where communication can flow more freely. This does not mean that you will always agree with everything that is said, but that you respect each person's right to have and express their own point of view. To practice this acceptance, it is helpful to maintain an open mind and avoid reacting defensively or confrontationally when faced with a contrary opinion. Instead, try to explore the reasons behind the other person's beliefs with curiosity and interest, which can lead to a deeper understanding of the underlying motivations and concerns. Additionally, communicating your own acceptance of different points of view can encourage others to do the same. By modeling this behavior, you can positively influence the climate of your interactions, promoting more open and less combative dialogue. Number 13. Know when to walk away. Recognizing when a discussion is not being productive and knowing when to walk away is a crucial skill for maintaining effective communication and preserving your own emotional health. Dealing with people who always believe they are right can be exhausting, and in many cases, continuing a circular conversation will not lead to consensus or progress. Identifying the right moment to withdraw from a discussion requires perception and self-control. When you notice that the conversation is becoming repetitive, or that emotions are becoming heated without any resolution in sight, it may be more prudent to suggest a break or change the subject. This does not mean giving up or conceding, but choosing to direct your energy in a more constructive way. To apply this strategy effectively, you can politely express that you feel the discussion is not being beneficial at the moment and propose to revisit the topic later, perhaps when both have had time to reflect or calm down. For example, a useful phrase might be, "It seems like we're stuck on this point. How about we think about it a bit more and talk again tomorrow?" This approach not only avoids the escalation of conflicts, but also demonstrates maturity and mutual respect, keeping the doors open for future positive interactions. Additionally, it gives both parties a chance to evaluate the discussion with a fresh perspective, or to gather more information that may be helpful for a more effective resolution. Therefore, knowing when to walk away is an act of self-preservation and a demonstration of emotional intelligence, contributing to a healthier and more respectful communication environment. I hope you enjoyed the video, and since you made it to the end, share your ideas with us and write Armored Wisdom in the comments. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. See you soon.